I'm back with another tutorial today. I'm on a roll, seriously. I have been thinking about doing this tutorial. I've shared it with a few friends, a few of my crochet friends, and it's just a super easy fingerless glove. People call them wrist warmers, whatever. I have two different ones on my hand right now just to show you the difference in pattern. They are both done with a double crochet. So they work up fast. I use a size K hook. Again, I'm not going with my size K hook. This tutorial is definitely for people who already know how to crochet. I'm not here in this tutorial to teach you how to crochet. I'm just teaching you basically a pattern, a real easy pattern. First of all, here's this one. If you noticed, my rows are worked vertically. So basically, I worked rows this way, back and forth, okay? But when I stitched it up, it created my rows vertically. All right, so there's that. This one, I did my rows side to side, okay? And then when I stitched it up, it made my rows horizontal. All right, I like the look of that one. I like the look of this one. It's really personal preference, okay? So now I'm going to teach you how to size these to fit you. This one, of course, is a little longer than this one. Both of them serve the same purpose, just personal preference on how long you want them. I'm going to stop this video and go over some pointers and some basics and get started. Okay, so we need to know how to size our glove. And to size our glove, you will need a ruler or a cloth ruler to measure from how far you want your glove to go up one, which is approximately about right there for me, down to here. Now, I like my gloves anywhere between a 7 and an 8 inch in length. And for my width, I measure from the outside of my hand to the inside of my palm here. Let me, smack myself in the face with it. Let me turn it around this way. Okay, from that side to that side is just a little over 3 inches, probably like 3 1/4 inches. Rule of thumb, when making gloves, you double that. So it would be 6 1/2. I tend to always make mine 7 inches only to make it a little more wider, okay, for when I stitch it up, etc. So, rule of thumb is you need a length and you need a width, okay? So we're basically making a rectangle, if you will, with a glove. Now you can make a perfect square like a 7 by 7 as long as your width of your hand falls within that guideline, whatever. But I like mine a little bit longer. So I am actually going to create a chain that is going to be, because I want to go for the horizontal look here. So my chain is going to be 7 inches wide, because when I double it and I stitch it, I'm going to have this width, okay? So I'm going to make a chain, 7 inches, and then I'm going to stitch rows until I have 8 inches, okay? So let's make a rectangle real quick and come back. So you can use any stitch you want. I just prefer double crochet. Okay, so I'm back and I have my square made. I've just done, I think it's 12 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of double crochet. This is 8 inches, maybe about 8 1/4 inches long. This is going to be the length of my glove. This is 7 inches wide. It's going to be the width of my glove. So if I fold this in half, you will see kind of it starts to form a tube, a glove, okay? I left on about a 2-foot tail, 24-inch long tail, after I tied off at the end of my last horizontal row. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch up. I'm going to match my corners, okay? And I'm going to match this edge up with this edge. And I am going to stitch up to about, well, you want to just kind of size it to your hand, where your thumb hole would be. And you can either use stitch markers at this point, safety pin, whatever you want to do. I just kind of eyeball it because I'm just kind of too lazy to use stitch markers. I like to live dangerously. But as you see, I can kind of count down from the top how many stitches down, and you're going to leave about 4 stitches open for your thumb hole. So, kind of eyeballed it there where I need to be. I need to stitch that far. All right. I'm going to stitch that and then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. I've stitched up from this bottom edge up the side about 5.5 inches. Okay. Hair there. About 5.5 inches. I'm going to see here. Let's see if you can see. I stitched 5.5 inches. I'm going to skip 3 to 4 stitches here for my thumb hole. Okay, so instead of disconnecting my thread, I'm just going to kind of run it up the edge through my seam there. So, and when you get to that where you stitched up to that 5.5 inches, make sure that you secure that, knot it several times, just because when you're putting gloves on and off, on and off, on and off, you tend to be a little tough on them, a little hard on them. So I kind of hid that up, that seam. See, I just kind of snaked it up through there. All right, so now I'm going to finish stitching all the way up to the top, and I will be back when I get to the top. Okay, so I finished stitching that up from the thumb hole. Right there's my thumb hole. You can't really see it. Right there it is. I stitched from there all the way up, and I secured this top. When I knotted off, I knotted it several times. Then I'm going to hide my tail right down that seam on this side because we're going to turn this glove inside out. So I'm going to hide that real quick. See, I just kind of snuck it in down there. I'm going to trim off. I'm going to turn my glove inside out. This is magic. So easy, so easy. Okay. Get it nice and proportioned here. Okay, so now I'm going to slide my hand up in it. Looky there. There's my thumb hole. We stitched it down this side under the thumb, and right here above the thumb is our other stitch. Okay, and you can kind of play with it, turn it around. When you do these vertical rows, they kind of twist on you, which is okay. That's, I mean, see, it kind of gives it a cool look, I think. Quick, easy, fast. If you decide to do the vertical or the horizontal rows, you just, the width of the glove, so 7 inches for my size, 7 inches, you just do multiple rows until you reach 8.5 inches long. Same concept, just going to look a little different. It's going to look, you know, like the gray one I had on in the beginning of the video. It's going to have the stripes going this way instead of this way. So I hope you try them. It's so easy. Make everybody a pair of them. Make every collar. You can use the cheap yarn. I mean, there's no point in using really expensive yarn for this because they do get dirty. They are machine washable. I encourage everybody to try them. Great gifts. You need last minute Christmas gifts. You can whip up a pair of these in hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on how fast you crochet. I can do them a little quicker than that, but the bigger the hook you use, K, I use a K for just about everything. I used a size K and had this square done in probably 15-20 minutes. So yeah, you can do a pair really quick. You can get them done in an hour, hour and a half if you really crack and don't get distracted, because I've been distracted all day. So but there it is, and I hope that you try it out. And if you do, post a comment in the comments below and subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to keep bringing you quick and easy and fast crochet projects, finger knitting, etc. Okay? Thanks. Ciao.